not often that I get to introduce a young living legend, but that's exactly what Shane Boatright is. The cover of B Metro's premier issue featured Shane Boatright and dubbed him the happiest capitalist for his wild success in business in such a short time. At the tender age of 44, Shane Boatright has led his company to become one of the most well-known and trusted service and suppliers in the railroad industry. Boatright Companies consists of 5 companies, all of which cater to the $78 billion per year railroad industry. Shane Boatright began his career as a railroad industry entrepreneur fresh out of college from the University of Alabama. He started what is now Boatright Vegetation Management in 1990 with just one spray truck. The last 20 years have proven very successful for Mr. Boatright, as his business now includes a wide range of companies servicing both short-line and Class I railroads throughout the United States and internationally. Since then, Boatright has branched out into safety equipment sales, cross-tie production, and rail car repair, and now owns a short-line railroad in southeast Georgia, which transports ballistic missiles to Kings Bay Naval Base for the U.S. government. Overall, Boatright Companies employs more than 300 people and operates in 26 states. In support of future industry leaders, Boatright established the Rush Shane Boatright Foundation in order to award scholarships to University of Alabama students pursuing degrees in transportation. He also implemented summer work programs for college students and began internship programs for accounting and business students to help master their skills. Furthermore, he is a regular guest speaker at industry gatherings, a motivational speaker to business owners and entrepreneurs, and is active in governmental affairs within the rail sector. Most recently, he appeared on Fox Business Network for his forward-thinking employee bonus campaign during the Alabama tax-free weekend. He was also recognized by the Birmingham Business Journal as a top CEO finalist for his impressive leadership. Please help me welcome Mr. Shane Boatright.
Well, hello there. I just can't be put in jail up there at the podium. I'm more of a, I try to have more of a conversation than give a damn speech, because we know how boring those are. I can't tell you what an honor and a privilege it is to be in front of young professionals. Hey, Steve, this is my Chief Financial Officer. Justin, is there a Q&A when I'm done?
Absolutely.
That's why you're here, buddy. I may need you to say something smart. You know, whenever I get introduced and I come to events and I speak at colleges and different places that I go, I've been right where you are. You know, I was somewhat lost most of the time, but I convinced myself I'm way ahead of schedule. I had to keep telling myself, hey, you know, if I can stack this thing up right, going forward, good things are bound to happen. You know, it's kind of like the Nike, not knocking Nike, they're a world brand and what have you, just do it. Well, just do it. It sounds great. Sold a hell of a lot of shoes and sporting equipment, but in business, you got to decide to just do it. And, you know, they told me today to talk to you a little bit about railroads, but I'm going to make that a small portion of this because I want to tell you a little about what I've done. Because like I said, I've sat out there right where you are. Believe it or not, I have been your age. Steve, I'm sorry, I forgot about the haircut, buddy. I started with nothing. I grew up in a little town outside of Birmingham called Hueytown, Alabama. I was just a redneck guy with a dream. That's it. I struggled through the University of Alabama, and the reason why I got tied to the railroad business is I put myself through school at the University of Alabama working for the railroads in the summertime. No pleasure in that at all. But I was smart enough to know to keep my mouth shut and listen to guys that were older and smarter, because they handed me the roadmap to where I am today. I can assure you, when I started my company, I didn't think, well, yeah, you know, one day I'm going to have a jet, I'm going to have all this stuff. Hell no, I was just trying to survive. I was like anybody else, because it's hard enough to make something out of yourself, let alone be successful. Capitalism is hard. It's hard to make money in capitalism. the normal result is failure. Startups, how many of them fail, Steve? I bet you know what your bonus is this year too, don't you? The reason why I always like to stand in front of a group of fine people like yourself and say I started with nothing is because, you know, a lot of people, they think, man, this guy Boatright, whatever, you know, he must have had a big, you know, somewhere. No, nothing. Yes, I've put payrolls on company credit cards. My CFO that I keep sticking it in over there, he was my accountant for my entire career until 3 years ago when he became my chief financial officer. He knew me when I was 12 years old when I used to take my report card to my father's office. Contrary to popular belief, when I was at the University of Alabama, I never made the dean's list. Now they call you for money. That's America. As you heard in my intro, I started with one truck out on the railroad. I learned it from these guys when I was working in the summer for the railroads, spraying railroads for weed control. And all I did was keep my mind open, my eyes open, always looking around for opportunities. And one thing leads to another, leads to another. And it was about time to graduate. I went back to see those guys. I said, okay, fellas, this is my last year and what have you. What do you think? You know, I think there's something out here maybe for me. And they were like, yeah, Boatright. And those old guys always pushed me to finish my education, but they also taught me something else. If you want to roll, if you want to be a big-timer Boatright, make damn sure you don't let your education get in the way of your learning. See, I got folks your age that work for me and younger. We hire them at 18 years old right out of high school. We hire them out of Yale, Brown, Wake Forest, MBAs. That's the first thing I tell them. Because when you come to Boatright, you're not going to change Boatright. Boatright's going to change you. We're going to make you bigger, better, faster, or more, but don't let your education get in the way of your learning. Don't get caught up with the smartest guy in the room syndrome. Only problem that guy has, he's the only damn one that knows it. I thought I had a plan, and then all of a sudden I realized 20 plus years later, hell, I never had a plan. My plan was just to work, not so much to work hard, but also to work smart. When you start with nothing and you start stacking companies up, because that's what I did. One problem was stacking companies, meaning if I got a little bit ahead, I'd start another one. Because you ain't going to go buy one. You're not Mr. Acquisition the first 10 years, unless you really hit it big. And I didn't. I struggled for 10 years. Owed everybody in the country. The problem was to get more money. Every company you started, it better damn well make money. I see those commercials on TV. How many bankers in here? Any bankers? It's all right. Get them up a lot. You guys are, yeah. Yeah, I may do business. I do business with several banks in this town. Great. I love those commercials, man. I like the one that Regis has got one with the old man's out there fishing in the boat, and he's talking, you know, they're like, we're going to help this gentleman. It's just all the good music and all that and what have you. And I thought, yeah, if that old man misses a payment on that boat, they'll snatch his ass right out of it. Yeah, that's America, man. That's America. Well, you gotta, I had to make each one of those companies make money. So you could get another one, and you know, building up that credit line, and et cetera, and you know, at the same time, get more employees. That's right, I was on the Fox Business and News Network. That's gut-wrenching on a telefeed or what have you. Never had done that before, but I was like, oh sure, not a problem. My biggest concern coming up were my employees, because what I wanted to do and what they could accomplish is very damn different. It's like that for Dell Computers. It's like that for IBM. It's like it for giant companies, mid-sized companies like ours, small businesses. What the man at the top wants to achieve, his strategies, his execution. They may not have the horses. I learned that too a long time ago. I'm in business for myself, but I'm not in business by myself. That's what's critical that so many people can't seem today they've got either a workforce of 10 or a workforce of 10,000, there is tremendous emotional disconnect. People want to feel like they're contributing to a cause inside the organization. You know, hell, man, if you're going to be thinking anyway, think big. I did. But I never forgot about my people. It ain't me. We in 26 states. Huh? We puffing the damn goods? Okay. We got to talk. My employees are my most valuable asset. I don't give a damn what anybody tells you. Is anybody here in business for yourself? If you are, God bless you. Anybody? What do you do? How many people work for you? Yeah, so y'all just kind of paying each other, whatever's left over in the cigar box at the end of the week. I hear you. I hear you. Know all about that. Good for you. Yeah, see, in my book on politics, if you ain't ever had to meet a payroll on Friday, you don't run for office. Because you make all these decisions from Washington, D.C., all the way over to Birmingham, Alabama, Los Angeles, California. All these politicians make all these decisions, but how many of them actually did something? They got out of college, caught a little ride here, and then all of a sudden they're going to dictate payrolls and this and that, and you never had to meet one. It makes a difference because you come last, Mr. Owner. No different, Mr. CEO. You come last. I have never failed in my career to this point to not recognize each and every one of the employees that I have, because as I mentioned earlier, they're your most valuable asset. Period. I was in Washington, D.C. 6 months ago. The Federal Railroad Administration is kind of like our governing federal police department. God, they're a problem. We got to deal with them, though. I own a railroad. Hey, I got to be there. For some reason, though, they selected a group of other executives. We're sitting around a big round table. I mean, it's a big one. Washington, D.C. Hilton. I'm just a redneck guy from Alabama. You got all these big timers, you know, and here we go around the table because the moderator said, hey, we want to have everyone get up, name your company, your position in the company, where are you from? First man gets up. My name's Bill Jones. I'm the chairman of the XYZ company, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Next guy gets up. You know, I'm Bob Williams. I'm the executive VP for Railtex. You got to me? I said, yeah, I'm proud to be here. I said, my name's Shane Boatright. I'm with the Boatright Companies. I'm just a guy who gets shit done. That brought in $17 million worth of new revenue because when the little round table discussion was over, damn, Boatright, that's pretty refreshing, man. I don't think we do business with your company. Where are you? Oh, we're down in Alabama. Man, you know, come up here to see me, man. You know, let's talk. 16 million. One phrase. All I did was tell the truth. Hell, man, I'm by far the smartest guy in the room. But I was smart enough to surround myself with smart people. How am I doing, man? Because I'm supposed to talk about railroads, man. I'm sitting here trying to teach. Huh?
You're good.
Yeah, you let me know, Chief. Having a great hair day. Talk about railroads for a minute. The only time anybody in this room, except me, thinks about railroads is when you're in a hurry and they stop you at a crossing. Yeah, sons of bitches. Look at this. Damn railroad people. Or when the media, we either hit somebody, turn something over,